Hey, it's Sunday. Here, I gotta take a cough drop real quick because I'm feeling a lot better, but I still have a cough. So even though I feel better, I don't sound like I'm better. What's up, sweetie? My roommate's cats were bringing up against my legs. My roommate came home after a month, and then he's out with his girlfriend, so the poor kitty's all by himself. So she's feeling so sad. Oh, baby, it's okay. I'm here. You can go on live with me. You wanna go see everybody? Oh, Peepa. Hold on, I gotta take my cough drop, love. Anyways, it's Sunday. I did a live last. Oh no, it's my water, honey. I did my live last night. And I don't know if it worked because I did a live. What's up, Anurag? How you doing? You guys, look at this. Look what's in front of me. Kitty. Peepa. Say hi, Peepa. She's feeling needy because her dad's not here. Come here. Honey, come here. Come up here. Hey, what's up, Elijah? How you doing? So I did a live last night. But I don't know if it worked because I went live for about 7 minutes. I was at this event last night with work. It was like for my union, and they had like axe throwing, and they had like a mechanical bull, and there was like s'mores and food and drinks and line dancing, and they had like um they had drag queen bingo. But I went live, but nobody was on, so I don't know if it connected. Like I went live and it disconnected, so I had to log off and go again. But it's still uploading, so I apologize if you guys didn't see me online last night. I was online. It just for some reason you could kind of see it there. It's just weird. I don't understand how YouTube Live works. So just when I think I figured it out, I haven't figured it out. Hold on, let me watch the cat. Um, how you doing, sweetheart? Okay, she's fine. So I so I want to take a few minutes to go online and see what's up and see how everybody's doing. Say happy Sunday and to say that I'm feeling better. I don't sound it, but overall I feel better. I'm taking a cough drop right now because but I did drink a lot more than I wanted to last night, so I've kind of just relaxed today. And then I was working on stuff for Massacre Minds, the short films I do with my friend. He's been editing we have 3 movies now. We shot 4, but I've written 5 scripts. So he's editing the 4th movie, and we're preparing to shoot the 5th one, which means now I got to start working on the 6th script. So, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing exciting going on. I'm supposed to be working tomorrow, I think. Hello, Nicole. How are you? I'm supposed to be working tomorrow. So right now I'm just kind of relaxing today. I was going to go see my friend's art show. Um, but I just was a little hungover and I wasn't feeling good. And like I said, I needed to get some stuff done with my writing. I'm also traveling early Thursday morning. My flight is literally at 5:30. My flight is so early on Thursday, going to Belize, and so and I film Wednesday, and I'm probably going to film wait kind of late. So um, I don't. So I'm going to have to like come home from work. So I'm going to take home from work and then just like pack and go right to the airport. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But then I'm just gonna crash on the plane and sleep. So basically on Thursday I fly from here. I'm flying United. I don't usually fly United. I usually fly Delta, but like I said, I had this United ticket I had to use. So flying from LA to Houston, Texas, and then from Houston straight down to Belize. So I'm excited about this trip. I'm gonna try and get some writing done. And it's funny. So today was 80 degrees. It was not too hot, not too cold, but nice. It's supposed to drop like 20 degrees tonight, and like it's supposed to be cold the next few days, and then like nice on Wednesday. And then when I fly out Thursday, I'm flying to weather that's like hotter than it is here and humid. So that should be interesting. But I'm also in the Gulf of Mexico. I guess they call it the Gulf of America, but the Gulf of Mexico now. So um, this time of year, it's always a little humid because we're still in the middle of we're like near the tail end of hurricane season. Yes, I was sick. Yeah, I was sick. Um, Not terribly so. Just had a really bad cold, but God, I really felt like shit. So like all day Friday, all I did was sleep. Peepa, come here. Friday, all I did was sleep for the most part. I get antsy because I have really bad ADD. So when I'm at home, even when I'm in bed, I'm still like on my computer doing stuff. Because I'm always like doing social media. Like today, I posted a poem that I wrote a few years ago about Matthew Shepard, that one young gay kid that was killed 20 years ago. Just a lot. I like to keep my work out there. So I've been doing posting a lot of stuff for Massacre Minds because I created a TikTok page and we're also building a website. And we're prepping for those shoots. So I have to come up with an idea now for the sixth script, you guys. What should I write the script about? Like I said, we have three movies up so far. There's a fourth one that we're editing right now. It's about an evil nun. And then the fifth one's going to be fun. It's about a babysitter and a boogeyman. Hold on, I'm watching the cat. The cat has been running all over the yard. Look at her. Look at her. Look what she's doing. What are you doing, Peepa? What do you see? Peepa, what do you see? My cat is so funny. I've never seen you sound like that before. What are you doing? Huh? What you looking for? Oh my gosh, she's so cute. It's my roommate's cat, but she's cute. Oh, Radio Demon, salutations. Good to be back on the air. How you doing, man? Yeah, I was sick. I was just saying that I'm a little bit better today. I was supposed to go see my friend's art show, but I didn't go. I was not feeling all the 100%, and I just had to take care of some work stuff. Because, like I said, I'm filming the next couple of days, and then I fly out to Belize for the week, for like an extended weekend. And so I just had a lot of stuff to do today. Also prepping. While I'm down there, I want to get some writing done. I'm trying to I'm basically going to just like see a new country, and mostly do a lot of relaxing. Like I'm not one of those people that have to like sit by. I'm so sorry. I have to show you this cat. What are you doing? I'm dead. This cat cracks me up. Where are you going? Okay, so I'm not one of those people. Like, okay, my friend right now, him and his wife are on their honeymoon, and they're down in Cabo, and there's all inclusive resort, just chilling. Which I would totally do that. By the way, that sounds fun. This, I'm just going. I have a tour set up. So I landed on Thursday. I have a tour set up for Friday, so I can see the city, taste some food. I think it's also got a rum tour, so that'll be a lot of fun. I can see the city. But I think for the most part, I'm just going to be close to the to my Airbnb and just like maybe get some writing done. Maybe find a couple of restaurants to chill at, have a couple of beers. I usually get a tattoo whenever I travel, but I got a tattoo that's like all encompassing for Central America. So I don't. Oh, hold on. I actually saw. Hold on. I always tell you that when I sit out here, I get bit by mosquitoes, and I just saw one on my leg, so I got to keep an eye on down here and make sure they don't get me. So yeah, I'm just going to an extended weekend, just chill, get away for a bit, sort of reset my mind, and then I want to come back. So I do want to get some writing done while I'm there. Um, so it'll be cool. See a new city, meet some people. I'm really excited about going. My friends are in Cabo right now, and I wish I was with them because they keep sending me photos. They're just having like the best time. And my friend doesn't like flying. It's my friend Ryan, who I was just in Cleveland with. It's funny. We got back on Monday night. He flew out on Saturday, and then I fly out on Thursday. And he's like, I don't like flying. I don't know. But then he's like down there, and he's like, I'm having the best time. Like, this is amazing. And I was like, this is why I travel. I always have the best time when I travel. And so now he's understanding it, and I'm laughing. So I'm wondering if that means he might do it more. He doesn't like being on a plane for too long, but who knows? Maybe he'll come back and be like, I got to do that again. He's never traveled abroad. I believe this is his first time. He's only in Mexico, so I mean, Mexico's a good place. Mexico and Canada are good for Americans because it's so easy to get there, and our cell phones work a lot better in like Mexico and Canada because they're bordering countries. It's when you travel abroad to other places. Like for me in Central America, my phone will work. It just won't work as well as it would like the data is different, like the way that they charge us and stuff in Mexico because it's all like an inclusive plan. Especially because like Americans travel between California and Mexico and California and so often, especially if you're in border cities. You know, in fact, some people there's a lot of expats that travel between both countries all the time. Like if you go down to San Diego, a lot of people travel between the borders every day, and so that's why the cell phone plans are different. So he's having a great time, and I'm jealous because he keeps showing me videos, and I'm like, oh, it just looks amazing. He's like, there's dancing, and he's got like drinks, and they're just having a good time, and there's like music playing and stuff. So I have been to Canada, but like not like I was in Detroit for a screening of Grandma's Cookies, and I stayed a few days because I had a friend there who ended up taking my dog because they didn't want to separate their dogs. And she moved out. We were living together. She was a roommate, and we did not want to separate our dog. She took my dog, and she told me my dog was dying. So I stayed a few days in Michigan. And in Michigan, you can go across the border into Windsor. We had lunch, but I've never really been like, I've never actually stayed in Canada. I do need to go back and see more. Canada is high on my list. It's just, I love traveling to see other countries, and it's so close, but I do actually need to see more of Canada because it's literally right there. I've gone to several places in Mexico. I should definitely see more of Canada. Is it Frogs? What's going on? Welcome to my live. Just checking in with everybody real quick. Happy Sunday. We don't have any two people on. Not too many people on today. Um, did, you guys, I'm chewing a cough drop because I've been recovering from a cold. So I apologize now. Zone X OD, what's up? Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. Michigan is a 5 state. Yeah, I mean it's quite beautiful. I've been there a few times. Um, so I don't know if you guys saw my live last night. I don't think you guys did. Which is weird because when I'm at home and I'm chilling, my lives seem to be do fine. But if I'm out and about, sometimes it's like I don't connect right. I don't understand. And then it sometimes they take forever to upload if they do it all. It's very maddening. I don't understand why that works. But I did do a live last night, you guys, at the event that I was at. And I did axe throwing, which was kind of cool. Because I'm in the middle of writing a book right now called Axe. And so I was like, oh, they have axe throwing. Sorry, there's fucking little gnats and stuff all over. So that axe throwing. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. So did it a couple times, had some drinks, got a burger. They had free churros. We had candies and desserts. Like I said, they also had like the axe throwing. They had a mechanical bull. I did not do that, but you could make s'mores. So there were s'mores we could make. They had trivia. What else did they have? They had trivia. They had a raffle. They had like a little game you could go where you had to meet other people and get stickers. That was a lot of fun. So we can meet people that way. Um, what else did they have? I'm missing stuff. They had country line dancing, which I didn't do. I met some people. We hung out. Also, they had drag queen bingo, which I do love drag queen bingo, but I didn't want to sit there and do that because I was there to like mingle and meet people, and I said such ADD. So, like, unless we were going there specifically to do bingo, I couldn't do it. I'm excited for the 2026 football World Cup. I don't really watch sports. I'm not. Where is it? Is it here in America? I know that we're supposed to have soccer soon. I know we're also getting the Olympics, right? Be interesting with our immigration policy that people will be able to get in the country. So, look, I still have that cough. But I did talk to my friend earlier today, and he told me that his art show was doing really well. I apologize for not going. I just couldn't do it. I was a little hungover, and I had to take care of a few things today. Um, I had a good conversation with my sister. I'm actually going to talk about that conversation one day in the future. Um, because I have to tell you guys this. In this conversation, I'm definitely going to approach later. I still don't know how to do it now on this live, but I don't know if most people, I don't know if I talk about this a lot on my live, but um, do you guys know that I'm a twin? I told you I'm a twin, right? Like I have a twin sister. It's not a secret. I talk about it on almost everything that I do. On all my podcasts and lives and stuff. I always talk about I have a twin sister. But most people don't realize is that we're actually triplets. We well, there was three of us, but my mother miscarried her when she was pregnant. She miscarried one. So even though I tell people that I'm a twin, I guess I'm technically a triplet. I don't know if that doesn't make me triplet because the third one wasn't born, but there was two babies and three placentas, so it was definitely a triplet. And I bring that up because that's a conversation I had with my sister today about how we never ever talked about the fact that we're actually triplets because there's only two of us. There's only been two of us. My parents never had any more kids. Um, because my mother's pregnancy was so difficult, and so after she had us, she could never have any more kids. So it's just the two of us. But for our entire life, we've always known that there was supposed to be three of us, but there never was. And so we're just talking about that today about how it's just fascinating that we never really think about that. We always just think about that there's two of us. And so we had a conversation about that today. And it comes from a conversation I had with somebody last night at the event. So we talked about that today. But that's a whole other conversation that I will do on a whole different live later. So, but sorry if I'm sniffing a lot. I'm still trying to get over me being sick. So, but the USA 2026 World Cup, no, I don't do sports on Iraq. Sorry, I know very little about that. I know, pretty boring. I do like the Kings though. I like sometimes I'll go to a hockey game with the Kings, and I love that. I find that very fun. Your parents wanted a girl, but you were born a boy. There's nothing wrong with that. My parents got one of each. We don't know if the third one was. We don't know if the third one was ever going to be a boy or a girl. But that's the conversation my sister and I had today. We both, deep down in our gut, think that it was supposed to be a boy. So my sister thinks that there would have been. Well, we both think that if had all three of us been born, it would have been two boys and a girl. So we all would have been fraternal, right? I don't think it's possible to have two identical and one fraternal. Like I just don't know enough about that. So it definitely would have been fraternal. But we do think that it probably would have been two boys and a girl. So we're just talking about that because we don't really talk a lot about that. We just talk about how we're twins, and we barely talk about that because like we don't live near each other, and it's like we're so completely different. Like if you ever saw my sister and I together, like we look different. Like we're just so different in so many ways. So we're really just like brother and sister. I mean, we're not identical twins at all. And so, but I guess today we talked about that. We just talked about what it'd be like if who we think is our brother were alive today. Would he be closer to her? Would he be closer to me? Would he have his own life? Like, would he be married? We just don't know. So it's just fascinating to think about that because I think for as long as we've been around, we've been born, we've been twins. We never really humanized, not humanized because he was never born, but we sort of never gave him any sort of like, yeah, we never humanized him. And so tonight, my sister and I were talking about that, and we had decided that yes, even though we're twins, but we're technically triplets, we decided to actually start talking about what our brother would be like. Hey, what's up? No, how you doing? I'm just talking about how I had a very interesting conversation at this event I went to last night about how I was born a twin, but that were actually triplets because there was three of us, but only two of us were born. The other one was miscarried. So we just never ever talked about this other sibling because I guess we just didn't think about it. It was like, but yeah, I say we humanized him, but we also kind of personified him. Like we made him an actual sibling. So we just got to, I think we decided to just talk more about him and see what he'd be like. So I just thought it was a fascinating thing. I wanted to share that because I tell people all the time that I'm a twin. I just told a friend of mine today, and she's like, I've known you for 25 years. You never told me you were a triplet, which I find very fascinating because I do bring it up quite often, like more often than I probably have in the past. But yeah, I always talk about I'm a twin, but because I don't have my actual triplet with me, I never talk about it. And I was just telling my sister today, I says, it's crazy that in our entire 50 years, we don't ever own the fact that we are technically triplets. So we decided to own it. That's what we're doing today. So greetings and salutations, no. Welcome to my live. Anurag says, so where do your sister live and is she married? She lives in Wisconsin. She's not married. Um, I've seen her from time to time. I was just in Wisconsin for Christmas. So what's sad? What part is sad? Tell me what's sad. The fact that that they weren't born? I guess it's sad, but I never met them. So I guess, I think the sad part, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Starting to get eaten alive by these little bastards. I think the sad part is that I'm sad that I'll never get to meet them and that we don't know anything about. Well, I say him. We were saying them, but we finally decided. We both have decided that it's a boy. So what I was saying right before you jumped on is that my sister and I are both convinced because we're twins. We can feel it that it would have been a brother. So we actually named him, and we are just talking about it, like what it would be like for the three of us. Because like it's just so fascinating how life is, and so we just never really owned the fact that like we were technically triplets, and so it was just interesting to have a conversation with her about it because we've all both separately have always thought about our sibling. And so what I find here's the thing that I think why it's because I guess I had really unresolved issues with it just because it was like I spent my entire life wondering what this other sibling would be like. And because we are triplets technically and the other one miscarried, I guess I feel like I've always had this untethered bond with just out there because he was never born. And I guess my sister has felt the same way, but we never talked about it. So when we talked about it, we started were feeling the same way. And I found that very fascinating. So I said, well, let's humanize this person and we won't have to worry about it anymore. We'll have this like tethered bond. And so it's just a cool thing. But yeah. And so talking about it makes it feel more real. And we realized that we just had some unresolved issues with it because we never thought about it. But it's interesting, like had my mother been like if we were born and my mother was pregnant, or if it was happened before us, or my mother was pregnant and she miscarried, it would be a sibling that we never knew about. And that would be sad. But this was because she miscarried one of us, right? Because my sister and I are twins and we were triplets. So the fact that she miscarried one of us, I guess in a weird way, we sort of felt incomplete because we've known our entire life. We've always known that we were triplets. That was never kept a secret from us. I didn't know how all the details or timeline. I learned more about that when my mother passed away. My father told me a lot, but we always knew. And so I think knowing that we were always triplets, which is strange because we don't have a lot of twins in our family. So the fact that we're triplets is very fascinating to me. So, but we never thought about it. But I think my sister and I both for years were just like, oh, we're triplets, but we never really claimed it. We're always like, we're just twins. So I told her today, I said, for 50 years, we've never ever owned the fact that we're actually triplet because there isn't a third sibling, technically. So there you go. So there you go. Just a fascinating thing. The things that happen in my life every day. And again, I did go live last night, but for some reason it didn't. No one was on. It didn't notify anybody. I think maybe one person jumped on, and I'm getting attacked by bugs. And it didn't. It still like hasn't uploaded. So I don't. Sometimes I fail at my lives. Like I'll try to go on, and if the connection isn't strong, it's weird. Like I'm at home. Here I'm at the Wi-Fi. If the connection away from the Wi-Fi, because I'm at the base of the mountain, is not good, but the Wi-Fi is good. And sometimes when I go other places, it's fine. And then I was out in the middle of the city, literally in Burbank, doing nothing, and somehow it didn't work. I went online. It said reconnecting, and so I just logged off and went back on. And I walked around for 7 minutes of this entire event, showing everything off. And it didn't tell anybody I was online, and it wouldn't upload. It's being a pain in the ass. So strange. YouTube is weird. But I'm on live now, and it smells like it smells like someone's like got a fire going, like a fireplace. It's maybe they're having a barbecue. I can't tell. It's still 73 degrees, so it's not cold. But apparently there's a storm coming in, so it's going to drop like 20 degrees tonight, which I'm excited for because I'll have a couple of days of weather, and then when I go to Belize, it's going to be like almost high 80s and probably humid. So I'm gonna have like crazy weather like that which is fine. I mean, I went to El Salvador in November 2 years ago for Thanksgiving, and it was really hot and humid there. So I kind of expect it. I'll dress in shorts. I don't really like wearing shorts. So you like being in bed when it's hella cold, bro? Me too. I like to open my window. I like to see the rain when I'm laying in bed watching it. It's all good cuddle weather. Put on a movie, read a book. I do a lot for my laptop. I'll just sit there and write or chill. It's kind of nice. And I'm over this heat. I'm so less productive when it's really hot. I'm also less productive when it's really, really cold, but I'm way more productive cold than it is hot. So there's that. I'm not talking about strange stuff today. Sorry about to bring up the whole thing about my triplet. It's just so fascinating because it came up in a conversation last night that I had with somebody when I was at this event, and it like hung on me. And I texted my sister and I was like, "We got to talk tomorrow." But I was drunk and I didn't know how to explain it to her over a text message while she was asleep. So she woke up this morning and she had this cryptic text from me. She's like, "What the fuck? Are you okay?" So I called her this morning. I was like, "I had a weird conversation. We have to talk about it." So we did. Um, so there's that. So I shared my weird conversation with you guys. That's mostly what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. I'm feeling a little bit better. There is a huge possibility that I work tonight. Or sorry, that I work tomorrow. Instagram is weird. We can know many new things in YouTube, but sometimes find Instagram is weird. No, I don't. I mean, the reason why I do all my lives on YouTube instead of like TikTok and Instagram is um I have such low engagement I also don't really have a lot of engagement here, but I've learned with you guys are great that you guys actually are going back and like commenting on earlier videos. So um I like that. Like somebody posted tonight that they were like, I keep missing your lives, but when I do my lives, I'm always on around the same time. I do random lives. I'm aware of that, but for the most part, if I do a live, it's usually between 5:30 and 6 Pacific Standard Time. No, no, you don't have Instagram. That's weird. I thought everybody had Instagram. I sent a TikTok to my friend the other day, and she's like, I don't have TikTok. And I go, what do you mean you don't have TikTok? She's like, I don't have TikTok. I said, how do you not have TikTok? It's 2025 and you have kids. And she's like, I don't have TikTok. And I was like, but I don't understand that statement because I just assumed everybody had TikTok. And so she's like, well, I'll have to have my daughter show it to me. And I was like, you can just get a TikTok. It's not that hard. It was so funny. It's my friend in Phoenix. She's like, I don't have TikTok. But somehow I feel like I've sent her TikToks before. So I don't all of a sudden why now she just doesn't. Oh my God, you guys, I have so many TikToks account because I have one for my personal and then I have one for, I had one for my photography, but I don't do photography as much. And I sometimes use one when I travel, but I have my TikTok for my writing. And then we also have a TikTok for the short films, Massacre Minds. I have way too much social media. Like I have social media for almost everything I do. So it's like, depends on what everybody's like, you should just have one. I'm like, I know, but not everybody wants to follow everything I'm doing because I do so many different things. And so I separate them. It's no wonder why I have no engagement because no one knows where the hell I'm going to be at. I do have one YouTube, but everything I do goes to this one YouTube. So there's that. That's what I do all my lives on YouTube for. Bro, I don't even know. I tried looking up my MySpace a few years ago to even see if I could find it. I don't even think it exists anymore. I looked at Michael Coulombe, MySpace, nothing popped up. I don't even know. 2009, I don't even know. Wait, was MySpace from the 2000s? I guess it would be, huh? It's hard to think that it's hard sometimes to think that it's 2025. Like in 2000, when we thought the world was going to end, I was turning 25 and now I'm 50 because it's been 25 years. But it's crazy to think that it's been 25 years and it's crazy to think it's also crazy to think I remember when I walked off my job at the age of 30 to go into the film industry, 30 almost 31. So it's been 19 years and right when we left, they had just done uh Palm Pilots like Blackberries. And so I remember going back to my old previous job and buying a BlackBerry from it and connecting it to my account. But it's crazy because that was in 2000 and like 6, 2007. So the iPhone's only been around for like they're on the 17th. As soon as you know, it's only been around for 17 years. Now I know there's a lot of people that are like younger, so they've always known cell phones, but people like me that are older, I mean, Jesus Christ, I grew up on a rotary phone. Hold on, Honorog said, you heard of MySpace in 2006? Okay. Yeah, okay, that checks out. I remember getting my first email address too at my office. And I was like, what is this thing? They're like, it's an email address. It's like electronic mail. And it was interesting because it had to be routed through a server we had in Denver at our main office and then come back. I remember that so specifically. And the guy explained it to me. And I was obsessed with email. So, okay, Honorok says social media might be weird, but it has many jobs for people. Basically, Instagram, social media are based on tech companies, and many people work there. So somehow it is acceptable. Well, that makes sense. You'd be surprised how many people communicate even through work through social media. I get jobs all the time through Facebook Messenger. I have everybody's like, why do you have so much social media? Because people actually talk to me through it. If people didn't talk to me through it, I didn't get work. I wouldn't use it. I don't need it. I mean, I use it to promote myself. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is like I use it to promote myself. But like so many, like I always tell people, like, can you just text? Because I love text because it just comes on my watch and I can respond on my watch. Or if I'm sitting at my desk and I can respond on my tablet, it's so great. I'm sitting there, I respond. But no, people want to always message me through like social media, which means I got to go to my phone, open an app, and then talk to them that way. And I'm like, I don't want that life. I like texting. It's so much. I'm gonna go inside because I'm getting chewed alive. I just came out because the weather is so beautiful. But we're going inside again, you guys. So come with me. Hold on. Yeah, I'm starting to get itchy again. These little gannets, they do not care. They will attack me any chance they get. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here in my room for a bit. I do have to. I keep getting messages from the job I'm about to start. I think they need to know if I'm coming in tomorrow, so I might have to go respond. But I just want to go online because I wanted to tell you guys the interesting conversation I had about last night about my triplet. Ooh ooh ooh! I have a Lacroix here. Gosh, I LaCroix. I love Lacroix. And then I'm excited because I think it's going to cool down a bit. Charlie says hi. You finally caught one. Oh, have you been trying to get on my lives and you missed them? Well, shit. It's good to have you on the live then. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the problem is I've been doing my lives because I was sick. I was doing my lives and I wasn't online for very long, and so you probably missed me because, like, just when you find I'm online, I get off, and I apologize for that. I do need to stay on them longer, but you guys, I just have other things going on. I get busy, and I really try hard to go online and talk for a little bit and say hi. But I forget that sometimes it takes like 20 minutes for like the live to actually get like popping. And by 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go. Because I feel like I'm boring. And I feel like I'm just yapping. And I can't imagine you guys just want to sit there and listen to me yap all the damn time. I was originally Blueberry Love. Oh, well, then you've been on here before then. You finally caught one. Well, Blueberry Love has been on here before. So you sit there and say that you finally caught one, but clearly you've caught some before. But I've learned that you're always gonna when you come in my lives, you're always gonna see No No and Honorog. Those are the two that come on the most. And then there's also one goes by Little Leaf. There was also somebody from India who was online a lot from time to time who would jump on. I've had a few people, but um, I took a stint off because I was filming in August, and I only vlogged on the weekends barely because I was traveling so much. And so I think August was the one because I was doing really good. I had great lives. I had like consistent people. And when I took that month off, I did vlog, but not a lot. I think you guys were like moved on. So I've been trying to get back and doing these more. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate. Oh, look, I like this comment. We're gonna save this comment because I think it's funny. You think I'm funny? Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. People have always told me that I should be a stand-up comedian, and I won't do it because I don't want to. I don't want to deal with that because I don't like rejection. But speaking to stand-up comedians, I will never be able to prove this, so I'm only telling you guys this. But um, before Matt Rife got big, Matt Rife likes horror movies. We all know this now because he just bought the Annabelle doll. But about a year and a half before Matt Rife got big, he watched one of my movies. In fact, it was my first movie, Act, and he really really liked it. And he used to talk to me on social media about how he wanted to be in a horror movie, and then he got big during the pandemic. So it was definitely before the pandemic. And I don't have that account anymore because it got hacked. But my hand to God, my hand to God, I was having conversations with Matt Rife online talking about horror movies, that he really liked horror movies. So I knew who he was before he got really big. And then during the pandemic, he was putting all of his stuff online, and that's when he got big. But he's also friends with my friend, who randomly I saw at the airport. I talked to you guys about that on one of my lives. Um, and so uh, I knew who he was. So it did not surprise me when he bought the Annabelle doll because I knew that he liked horror. But I can't prove this because I don't have the messages anymore. Unless it was on Twitter. I should go back to my Twitter account and see if I can find it. For some reason, I thought it was on social media, but it might have been on Twitter. But I'm telling you that it's a legit thing. I'll never be able to prove it. So it's from, but the world is going to be destroyed by AI. AI is replacing many jobs. As example, AI can do those things in just 6 minutes that a data analyst would do for a whole day. I know. Let's not talk about it right now. What the heck is the comment above? I'll be back. Gotta go real quick. No, no, has to go. I mean, look, Anurag isn't wrong, but the thing is like we've got to find ways to adapt with AI. um, but I think you are correct that there are certain jobs that will be affected by it. We just have to find ways to adapt for it. I've been trying to learn about AI at my old ass age. I don't use AI to write stuff for me. what I do use it for is I use it as a reference material. Sometimes I have help me look up like words I want to use, but I'll also, if I'm stuck on a situation, I'll be like, hey, ChatGPT, I have this situation. Give me some examples how to get out of it. And so it'll give me some examples, and I'll take from there, and then with it, I'll rewrite it and bend it towards a story. But I never let it like actually write any of my writing for me because I don't think that's what it's for. But I kind of use it as like a sounding board, which I like. It's good for that. Um, I let it help me write social media posts, which is probably why I never get any likes because it's all AI. But I just use it to write social media posts because those are boring and I don't need to be creative with them. But maybe I need to be creative with them. Maybe that's my problem. So he said, sorry, this is Trump or Kamala. Kamala. I can't believe I just said Kamala. It's because I'm surrounded by MAGA people and they all call her Kamala. Well, I did not vote for Trump. I'm not a Republican. And I'm definitely not MAGA. So it says even the creator of AI is warning the world. You know what? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how we're gonna be in the next 10 years. I'm very terrified. And even in the next 20. And I feel very sad for like my youngest nephew's generation. He's 11. So I'm scared, you guys. So, I don't know where we're gonna be. The world is falling apart now as it is, so we will just see. It's yeah, a lot. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Like I said, my day was good. I like my friend was doing an art show. I was gonna go, but I wasn't feeling 100%. And I drank a lot last night. And I was at a wine bar, and I just don't want to drink anymore today. And I knew that I would if I went. But he said he sold some pieces, so I'm happy for him about that. Um, he is an acquaintance of mine, and I want to support him, but he's not always the most supportive with me and my artwork and my work. So I was like, I decided to stay home and relax a little bit, especially because I'm about to work and I'm about to travel. So hopefully, when I'm traveling abroad, I'll try and find good Wi-Fi and do a quick live and talk to you guys. So um, unless I have to do it back at the hotel, so you guys have to be patient with me while I'm traveling, and I can do it because I can't just do a live while I'm out and about because it'll take all my data. So I have to do it when I'm on Wi-Fi. I just have to, and I'm not going to be gone long enough for me to justify getting an extra SIM card out there with data. I'm just not going to. I'm there only for like 5 days, so it just isn't enough time for me to really need to have that much data. So I can like I'll find coffee shops or restaurants, or I'll find um or the hotel. I'm staying at an Airbnb. I don't know. I got good reviews, but basically I'm saying I don't know if I'm staying at a guy's house. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. It's always a surprise when I travel the world what's going to happen next. But guess what? It's 6:30. It's already getting dark. Because usually when I stay in my room, the sun will beat off the wall right there. It's all wet. It's not. I can have the window open right now. I'm getting fresh air. It's very lovely. So but there's not a lot of people on tonight. So it's 9:22 where you are. Yeah, you're on the East Coast. I was just in that time zone. I was just in Cleveland, Ohio. In Belize, I will be an hour behind you, but 2 hours ahead of me. I'll be in the same time zone with my sister. Did you know? Do you know data is valuable than gold and diamond? I know when I go online and give all my data away. Ugh, I talk so much about my personal life. At least I can never be blackmailed, right? So you live in Ohio? I was just in Ohio. I was literally just in Cleveland. That's so funny. Literally, like Monday, like a week ago. I flew back on Monday. So I've been home. God, it's already been a week. It's been a long week. That's so funny. What part of Ohio do you live in? You didn't see my I did like 4 lives when I was in Ohio. You didn't catch any of them? I'm surprised you didn't see my lives from Ohio later and comment on them. Charlie, I thought, by the way, Charlie, is that the trans flag? I can't see on my little ass phone. Are you trans? Is that why you have the trans flag, or are you just a trans ally? I live in Boardman. Where the hell is Boardman? It is a pride flag. Oh, one of my best friends is trans. He's been on the he hasn't been on my live, but he's been on my vlog. When I used to, I don't vlog anymore because I do lives. But when I was vlogging, my friend Elliot, he's been on here many times. You are trans. Nice. May I ask if you are male to female or female to male? Yeah, why wouldn't it be okay? I love trans people. I'm a huge trans ally. I just got to tell you, one of my best friends is trans. He's been on the vlog and so many times. But wait, boy, are you? So you're a boy, which means you're female to male. So you're FTM. So is my friend Elliot, FTM. How awesome! Well, welcome. Yeah, I saw the pride flag, so I just wanted to make sure. And so so Charlie is your new name. Is that your chosen name now? Anyways, it's interesting because I've known so many trans people who I've gone like through transitions with them, and it's like I'll know them for so long by their dead name that sometimes I accidentally slip and call them by their dead name. I'm glad that they're patient with me, but because they know that I don't do it intentionally. But when you know, it's like I want to respect people's names. Oh, that is your chosen name. Awesome. Like I always want to respect people when they choose their name, but like I'm only human. And I'm infallible, and so like even with Elliot, sometimes I'll call him she, and he'll just give me this look, and I'm like, bitch, I don't know. Like I'm sorry. Like it's a habit. It's like it doesn't. It's not intentional. Oh, you're also gay. That's funny. Um, well, congratulations. I wish you all the best. It's not an easy journey. I'm aware of that. I'm surrounded. I have a lot of trans people that I know, and I know that it's not easy. So I wish you luck, especially in Ohio. I don't know how what it's like there, but um, I get that my friend sometimes slips up. It's okay. Let them slip because you know that they're not doing it intentional, and we're allowed to slip up. It's fine. We're human. At least I support you, and that alone in itself is a huge thing because right now the trans people are just like they're just getting persecuted. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. So I wish you luck. You're not on an easy journey, my friend, and I know how it's not gonna be. But I will tell you this: your mom was a homophobic. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm really sorry about that. But listen to me, okay, Charlie. Listen to me because I need you to really listen to me. My friend Elliot is trans. He is a huge he is trying so hard to bring a positive light to the trans community. And so he's trying to start a podcast about transgender issues and like bringing a positive voice. So he's starting a podcast. I believe it's going to start filming and doing stuff next month. I apologize that I'm wrong if I'm wrong about this because he's been so busy doing the podcast. And I saw him not too long ago and he told me, I believe that he's supposed to be doing the podcast next month in November. It is called Gender Out Loud. I really hope that's it. Gender Out Loud. So look for it. He definitely has social media on it. I think he definitely has an Instagram and or TikTok. Okay, it's called Gender Out Loud by Elliot. Elliot, oh, he just changed his last name too. Elliot, oh god, what is his last name? Ellison? Elliot Ellison? Elliot Ellison. He just changed his last. He finally was able to change, like legally change his last name. He wanted to change his whole name, and so he kept Elliot, but he changed it to Ellison. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong by that. God, what a horrible friend I'll be. He just changed it like a couple weeks ago. That's why. But Gender Out Loud is the name of the podcast. You should check it out because he's so much more better to deal with this. I think you need to listen to people that are going on the same journey as you. I think that's very important. So Gender Out Loud, okay? Promise me you're gonna look it up. YT. I don't think he's on YouTube yet. I don't know. I'm sorry. I believe that it's going to be a podcast slash radio show. So I do not know if they're putting it on YouTube. I really don't know. I do know it's going to be a podcast. That much I know. Gender Out Loud. And then Glitch says, "Hi, I'm Jewish." Oh, well, welcome. I'm your new favorite YouTuber. Well, you're very sweet. It's just because I love everybody. I get that from my mother. But listen to me, gender out loud. That's all I know. I'm so sorry I don't have enough more information. It's only because he's still in the early stages of planning it. They've been planning for like a month and a half now because I pushed him to do it because he and I were going to do a podcast together about writing, which he is very passionate about, and I do want to do the podcast with him. But I think the transgender issue is a much more hot topic right now, and it's much more, I mean, dare I say, controversial, but it's very important, And so he needs to do this podcast, and I told him I'm not going to do a podcast with him until he does this one because I think it's too important. I mean, look, you're young and you're going into this, so uh, it's definitely about bringing a positive light onto the trans community. You're officially my dad now. No, I'm going to listen to me. You need Elliot to be your dad. He calls himself a trans dad. Okay. Um, Not that I mean I'm honored. You could always come here and be welcomed in the space, but you need to go find Elliot. I'm telling you because he is by far one of the most like parental and amazing people I've ever met, and he's definitely gonna. You're definitely gonna be like coming on my live one day and me going like, "I'm so glad you introduced me to Elliot." Elliot, because he wants to be a trans dad. It's very, 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 very important to him. Very important to him, and he's much better equipped. Okay, you don't have Insta or TikTok? Okay. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Well, okay. You could come on my lives. That's fine. And then as the show finally launches, I will let you know. But I believe if it's a podcast, it's going to be online. On like Spotify or Apple. I don't know. I'm only assuming. Like I said, I'm not part of the podcast. Um, I'm just getting information from him, so I don't know where they are along in the process. But I do know it's called Gender Out Loud. He has told me several times. He does follow me on social media, so I'm aware of it. But that's all I know. So I don't want to say anything else because I don't want to give out information that's incorrect. I'd rather wait until I saw him a couple weeks ago. We were at Sean Cunningham's house. Sean is the one that directed the original Friday the 13th, and we were talking, and he was telling me that the person he was doing it with was also there, and we were talking about it. And so they're lining up guests and stuff. So I think they're just waiting to launch Charlie, I don't know. I will try and find out more information about it, and then the next time you're on my live, if you catch my live, I will let you know. You can also listen. You can also. I get all the notifications when people comment on any posts, so you can always comment on any of my posts, and I can respond to you there as well. Okay, I respond to every comment, you guys. So, um, but that's all I have. I don't know any of that, and I'm so sorry. I wish I had more information. I just know that it's called Gender Out Loud because he was asking me feedback on the name. Like I said, I pushed him to do this. He was connected to a really, really good person slash producer who could help him do it. And I'm very excited. Actually, I'm very excited about him. I'm not trans, but like I said, I'm a trans ally. So I asked him that he had to have me as a guest on the show. Weren't people calling you gay in one of your lives? Probably. They call me gay all the time. But I'm openly gay. I mean, I'm openly gay. I don't hide that because why would I? I mean, I came out when I was 17, so I've been gay longer than I've been straight. Um, but people like to make fun of me. But I've been made fun of my entire life being gay. I don't. It doesn't bother me. I really don't care. I mean, I came out at a time when it was like it was hard, but getting easier. I came out when I was 17, so it would have been like 1992, and that's around the time when like we had the Real World with MTV, and they had Pedro on there, and he was out and gay, and he had AIDS, and he was also Latino. That would have been probably when I was about 19 or 20. So like I came around all that time. So it was really starting to get like in the stratosphere. Like MTV was having all these great shows. They would have like Road Rules and like um that was that house show called the one that Puck and that gay character was on. It doesn't matter. Anyways, but like they then MTV went to this thing where they would have all these shows and they would always have like gay versions of it. So like the generation younger than me would was growing up with it being around all the time, and they started seeing how that there was no, it was not, it was all positive. So it was a blessing in that sense. A fellow gay, yes. Wait, mom is Christian, so she keeps telling me it's wrong without knowing I'm trans. Your mother doesn't know you're trans. Does that mean so? You're definitely so basically. You're, right now, are you dressing? You're just mostly just. It's more of a dressing thing, right? You have not had surgery yet. I'm assuming you're probably younger. You have to wait till you're older. I don't know where Boardsman's at. I'm so sorry. I know so little about Ohio, so I apologize that I don't know. I will tell you this. There was a while when I was probably like 10 or 15 years ago. It might even been a little bit longer. There was this whole campaign called "It Gets Better." It was like these. I wear sports bras and big hoodies. Oh, because you're FTM. Yes, okay. I get what you're saying. Well, then winter's definitely a better time. I'm sure. Um, yeah, you sound a lot like Elliot. I'm telling you, Elliot, you need to talk to Elliot. I really, really hope he's able to get this his podcast out soon, so you have a place to go. Um, you have short hair. I get it. Yeah. Um, but there was this "It Gets Better" campaign that came out a few years ago, and it was all about like, um, I mean, at the time I was probably in my 20s or 30s. I had to be in my 30s because I was out here. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But they have older celebrities going online talking about it's going to get better, um, because they wanted you to know that it gets better. So I'm telling you, it's going to get better. It's going to be hard right now, and no one is taking that away from you. No one is denying that it's going to be hard. Um, and no one's telling you to not be true to yourself. You just have to be careful until you're able to, live on your own. And sometimes not live on your own, but sometimes live the life you want. You just have to be patient. So I wish you all on this journey. I know that it's not easy. It was a lot easier for me. I grew up in Southern California. I'm on a blue state. Uh, we, it's a little bit different out here in Los Angeles because we're surrounded by so many gay people. We have gay neighborhoods and stuff. I know you do not have that. So my advice to you is just be careful. That's all I can say. Okay, Millie Bobby Brown, you're funny. So so like I said, gender out loud. That's the name of the podcast. I wish you all the best. I know it's not an easy journey, but please listen to me when I tell you that it's going to get better. You just got to find a way to be safe and true to yourself. It looks like you're figuring it out, and I'm proud of you for trying to figure out who you are. It's not an easy journey, and it's going to change a lot. You're going to adapt, and you'll figure it out. And no, you don't have all the answers today. I mean, I never have all the answers. I will. I can't do it from here. It doesn't let me do it from here. I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, I will have to. When I get off, I will look through the chat and I will look. But in the meantime, there's nobody else here, so and I have to get ready for work. I have to, because I have to work tomorrow and I gotta call my job. But I just want to say that I wish you all the best on this journey. Like I said, I know it's not easy, but you have a friend here. You're always welcome to come on my lives if you can catch them. I try really, really hard to do them around any specific time, but if you have notifications on, it'll tell you when I go live. Sometimes I do them randomly if I'm at events and I'm like, oh, now's a good time to do a live. But I will always, if I'm off, do them around this time because that just seems to be when I get the most people. So, um, and I'm so sorry to cut the short. I've actually been online for an hour and it's about to get dark. So, I got to make some dinner and I got to get my bag packed for work tomorrow. But Charlie, I wish you all the best. Okay, stay safe on this journey. If you ever have questions or anything, you can always reach out to me on any of my videos. And like I said, gender out loud. Look up Elliot. He he wants to go out there and change the world, and I want him to do it. So, thank you for listening. I know there wasn't a lot of people on today specifically, but they will actually come back and listen and watch this. I get a lot of people that come back later and watch the lives. So, and it sounds like the neighbors are about to have a party, so I got to close up the house because they get really, 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 really loud. Let me look. They're like hammering and shit. What do they do? Oh, there's like a whole plethora of 'em. Okay. I'm just rambling now because I'm getting tired. Um, but yeah, if you find this live later, just know that this is a safe space. I'm glad that Charlie, you're able to find a place to feel accepted. Everybody's accepted here except for people that troll. My channel is not a place of hate, just so you know. Okay. And again, gender out loud. Once that podcast is available, I'll let you guys know. Also, one of my goals for 2026 is to start my own podcast for writing. So, but when that happens, I'll let you know. In the meantime, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta make some dinner, and I gotta be an adult tomorrow. But I gotta make money so I can pay for my vacation. All right, everybody, stay strong. Charlie, I wish you all the best on your journey. Please check in with us from time to time and let us know how you're doing. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Happy Sunday.